You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you mounts, what are the gaming drag? Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Tian Wei. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. Oh, a customer this late? How interesting. Welcome. The lady's sight remained focused on cleaning cups, sparing no time to pay attention to me. It was an understandable situation, however, for those who came here mustn't have had a lot of cash on them, nor could they be good individuals. The less she had to do with me was the smarter choice, for which I held no grudge against. Thinking of this made me hang my head low in defeat, even as my tail wagged in disappointment. But without much choice for tonight, I walked forward with whatever remaining confidence I could muster now. Hi, is there a single room to spare? The lady boss glanced at me after I asked the question about rooms. Single room. Let me see. Second floor, none, but third floor... Oh, third floor has a single. Is it good? The lady boss put back the ledger before I could even reply and began tidying up again. Even though I felt annoyed at the indifferent attitude I've been treated with, the events of today really exhausted me that I spared no energy to retort. Then the single on the third floor will do. How much? 50 copper coins. Our rooms aren't luxurious at all, just enough for our customers to stay for a night. Then, thank you. Here's the payment. I pulled out a small number of coins from the pouch and sighed when looking at the remaining amount. I heard before that with every sigh, one grows 10 years older. Maybe if that's so, I might wake up as an old man by tomorrow morning. Suddenly, a set of footsteps came from the upper floor, and with it a child's voice. Aww. Mama! When can you come and tell me stories? Wait for a while, my little Jiwa. Jiwa? I'm not sure how they pronounce the H-U-A. Jiawa? Mama has a customer to handle. As soon as I finish here, I'll come up, okay? Alright. Oh, she's adorable. Then the little girl came over running and began looking up and down at my clothing. Big brother here doesn't look like someone from around here. Such a strange outfit. Is this strange? It is the robe from my homeland. It is different from the ones you have. The lady quickly realized something and began sizing me up with closer attention before looking at her work once more, saying, Jiawa, don't judge other people's clothing so haphazardly. No nonsense, and head upstairs. Mama will be there soon. Okay, then I will go back to my room, Mama. I'll wait for you. The little girl began running back up the stairs again, full of energy and life. In this desolate environment, her presence was a ray of sunshine, bringing warmth to those who are in need. How adorable of a daughter you have. How old is she? She's 8 this year, though unfortunately her dad was never there in her youth. To take care of her, I had no choice but to take her to work with me, which is why I couldn't leave her with a caretaker. If my daughter said anything disrespectful, please understand. And the lady boss pulled out a key from the drawer and passed it to me. The most inner room on the third floor. Once you're in, lock the door and don't come out, as the sun is settled. I heard from someone saying the same warning, not to go out after sunset. It sounds like it related to some sort of serious cases, very problematic by the sounds of it. Neil, water time? Or coffee time? Okay. After I took the key, the lady looked at me incredulously. At my lack of understanding of what's happening, she reluctantly put down her stuff and leaned across, whispering to me. You may not know it, since you just came from overseas. Many missing individuals are those who went out at 0 o'clock, 7 to 9 p.m. At first, not many people took it seriously, but with the increasing number, people started to take this with fear. This is the 8th case of missing now. And those missing? Kidnapped or murdered? No one knows. There was no body. But when I was out today at the marketplace, I heard rumors that they were attacked by thieves and were carved up into pieces. Though I have no idea whether it's just rumor or not. Now all of Zizhao are living in a period of fear and unrest, especially after sunset. No one wants to go out anymore. Hearing this already chilling house just became a few Celsius lower in temp. Couldn't imagine the kind of beast that would do such horrendous acts. That's why it was such a disgusting and serious case, for there wasn't only one victim. And the government, those higher-ups, don't care at all? This is the 8th case already. If we could catch him, we already would have done so. The problem is that the murderer leaves no trace at the scene, meaning the case is frozen. The only precaution that can be taken is increasing patrol numbers and setting up curfew for the civilians after dark. Hopefully the one behind all this can be brought to justice as soon as possible. Of course, or how else will our livelihoods go on? Every day living in fear. Because of these cases, many merchant caravans no longer stop here in Jizhao anymore, making businesses more difficult than before. As a precaution, I'll remind you again that your room is the most inner room on the 3rd floor. While I haven't cleaned it for a while, the bed is covered with cloth sheet, still usable and relatively clean. Don't go into the wrong room and cause trouble for others. Oh, okay. Thank you, madame. One more thing. That room of yours has a few old junks left in front of the door. If it bothers you, move it aside. Now, Chop Chop, don't bother me from cleaning up here. If there's nothing else, then go upstairs. Closing now. Closing now. The lady quickly waved me away with impatience, and I smiled wryly as I took everything, carried my heavy luggage, and headed upstairs, one step after another. Even though I tried my hardest to soften my steps, the chair still creaked upon contact with my tired body, a ka-chee creaking sound that bristled my fur at the very moment. Why do I feel like the stairs are going to collapse soon? Finally, at the third floor, I took a breather at not having to hear the creaks anymore. The sense of chill remained when I looked down into the corridor. Though I slapped myself to keep myself awake and from thinking these kinds of things, but upon arriving at my goal, the lightless hallway made me uncomfortable and uneasy within its darkness. Many times I had to tread with utmost care not to trip over a small place and all. Though I am here now, I might as well tolerate it for the night. Oh! Just as I thought so, I looked at the front of the room's door, and saw two creepy, eerie statues there, each wearing a twisted, contorted face. When I saw it, my heart jumped a few inches higher in my diaphragm. Their gaze lingered upon me, like it's following me, giving me creeps in this dark hallway. God damn it, lady! You really want to scare away all your customers away with these things? Even though it's just a few broken statues, but upon closer look it chills my soul, especially the faded welcome that was carved on the back, giving me creeps in my spine. I pulled out my key and opened the door to my room, and a smell of mold and dust assaulted my nostrils. The initial shock made me cough a few times. Ugh! Has it really been a while since she cleaned it here? My nose here is getting suffocated. I held my nose closed before walking into my room, the same creaking sound resonating throughout the cramped space, like I would fall with a simple misstep. Still, the first thing I had to do is to open the window and let the fresh air in. Ah, much better. Now the candle. Let's see. I looked down at the candle matchbox on the bedstand and tried to light the candle. After a few attempts, I found not one could light up. Seems like it was placed here for too long and got dampened. After using up almost every match in the box, I finally had a spark and carried it over with my hand protecting it. Finally, a warm light enveloped the room. Thank goodness. Then I approached the bed and carefully lifted the cloth cover, making sure the dust didn't fly all over the place. With the cloth cover that's here, the bed was barely maintained in a state of usability. At least the hotel had the most basic need for rest here maintained. Boom! Just then, a loud sound of something heavy falling was just outside the door. I was about to sit down for the day, and upon hearing the clank, my leg flinched and tightened like a tree, jumping scared at the sound. What is it this time? Oh, shit, that is creepy. I went over reluctantly, opening the door to see what happened, only for the candlelight shone outside and revealed that pale, contorted face at me, a dilated pupil reflecting that eerie light. Wah! It took a step back in fear before calming down and realizing the statue being the one that was just right outside the door. Though why would something that big fall over so easily? Well, less thinking about it the better. I'd be able to fall asleep tonight if that's all I think about. I lifted and adjusted the statue back to position and put it back in place. I quickly glanced downstairs and found the light extinguished. Seems the boss lady has finished her job for the night. Only a sense of foreboding gloom remained in the motel, and I quickly moved back into the room after finishing my task outside. After returning to my room, I placed my luggage on the table nearby, and like a paralyzed person, I lay down on the bed, exhaling a breath from my lungs, as if I was releasing all the irritancy from today. Hopefully, I can forget all the misfortune that happened today and move on to the real overseas life I really wanted to experience. First day here, I lost my money bag, got scammed twice, ate a free meal, almost got arrested, and even met with some of the most eeriest things I've ever seen. It's not everything is bad, but those two noble gentlemen were a great help to me today. I don't even know whether I'm lucky or unlucky here. What do I do next? Huh. Oh? Alright. Coffee done? I rolled around in my bed, trying to close my eyes, but things from today were cluttering in my mind, and images began appearing in front of me. In a fit of wakefulness, I sat up and pulled out that book of mine from the bag. Mom, Dad, brother, if you're still here with me, what would you do? What would you suggest I should do? I looked at this book that my family sacrificed themselves over and fell into contemplation. But seriously, what is even written in this book that no one should ever even look at? Why did Mom even lock up this book? I tried to prise the side to try and see the content inside, but the chains are far too strong, no matter how much force I use. What is this chain and lock even supposed to do? After a while, I finally gave up. So many years already. I still don't know the solution to unlocking this chain. Tex, listen well. You have to protect this book. You must. You have to protect it well. I opened my eyes, my brother's voice reverberating in my head, awakening from my light sleepiness. I looked at the book in my lap and smiled with a resigned and bitter look. I will protect it, brother. Rest easy. Finished for the day, I put the book back into the pack and placed it at the very bottom before going to close the window. The sky outside was darkening. Okay, I guess that's what it said. Silence and darkness enveloped the plain. Cold winds bounded across the land, trying to enter the room from every crevice. Like the screams of ghosts and unrelenting spirits, my body began to grow colder in the silent night. Such an unpleasant feeling. This wind. And the candle. While sleeping with candlelight is a little embarrassing. Maybe I don't extinguish tonight. At least it's a little more comfortable with a little light source here. I tucked myself back onto the bed and rolled myself into the blanket to maintain my body temperature, warm and cozy. My eyelids slowly closed. Finally, putting down a day's worth of exhaustion, no matter how my feet or my hand is complaining to my brain of its unsatisfaction, or my eyelids fighting to keep themselves up, I really couldn't think of anything else for tonight. My breathing became steady and slow over time, and I welcomed the enveloping darkness, letting its peace bring me into the realm of dreams. Meanwhile, far away in Jizao City, where a tiger and a wolf stood high on a rooftop, watching the city intently. I say... God, what voice was I doing? I say, Bayou, how did you find us out there in the outskirts? I thought I already... What voice was I doing for him? I say, Bayou, how did you find us out there in the outskirts? I thought I already escaped the court's dogs already, so it wasn't possible for you to follow. You dare to mention it? Not paying for your meal, getting someone else in your mess, and almost arrested. You and your thick skull need a limit carved into it. Besides, we are on a monitor duty here. Focus and stop eating. The nearby tiger crouched down the eaves, a steamed bun in hand, gorging himself full like he isn't full or something. Water time. The beast is the iron, the rice is the steel. One meal missing causes worry, and every meal ate keeps the doctors away. One more meal keeps fit and strong. You haven't had enough after today? What? No way! The dishes there were so disgusting. I couldn't take a single bite. How could it be enough? Not to mention we might have to interfere soon. Should top myself up before I end up going into battle on an empty stomach. Okay, don't try and change the topic here. You haven't answered my question. How did you find us? Though I heard disturbances when chasing you guys by following the soldiers, I actually lost you guys midway. I didn't expect you guys would have taken the alleyways and shortcuts to get outside the city boundary either. How did you find us then? For once, Chin-Hu, use your brain. I was following you guys on the rooftop, and I was behind the soldiers myself. Just after they gave up searching, I was about to give up and return to my allocated region for patrol. I stopped by a nearby building and was about to leave before seeing some shadows in the distance acting suspiciously. Ho! That saves a lot of trouble. Maybe those are the culprits behind the past few weeks' Jizao murder case, then. Well, the possibility is there. Remember the documents that Krelno had compiled before? All of the evidence from the crime scene suggests that the culprit is acting alone. There was no other mark on the site, so it's less likely a group of murderers. It only meant that we cannot disregard the possibility 100%. What am I about to say next is the other possibility I'm thinking of. Say if they aren't the culprit behind the series of consecutive murder cases, then who are they? You followed them to check it out, but met us when following them? Finally, that brain of yours is actually useful for once. I ain't that much of an idiot. Say it again, I'll put crabs in your shoes. Are you a 3-year-old kid? I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm gonna have a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all if I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our 3 gold tier patrons, Zeke, Toby, and Blue Wolf Alpha. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names and credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. And if y'all don't want to donate to the Patreon, you can always donate using Super Thanks on YouTube. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!